Hi, I'm Bob Bannister from iManageAcademy.com, and I just want to tell you about a brand new module that we have put within the Academy on change management. There are 14 lessons in there. We're covering loads of really useful and insightful topics around how you improve your change management capability. We'll help you understand what change management is and how that differs to project management, and enable you with a range of different tools. In fact, we've created these downloads within the Academy with all the different lesson content on as sort of templates and tools that you can work from. I want to tell you about one of those lessons. We talk about the Churchillian moment. In the film The Darkest Hour, Churchill is at odds with his cabinet. The cabinet want to side with Hitler, put a deal in place and not go to war. But Churchill is adamant. He says you cannot reason with a tiger when your head is in its mouth. And he is convinced that we need to take the battle to the fields. And on one particular commute into Westminster, his car gets stuck in traffic and he jumps out and he dives down into the London Underground. And he spends the journey from where he is into Westminster talking to the day-to-day Londoners, the average person. And he's sounding them out. He's getting their mood. Are they up for war? Do they want to side with Hitler? Or are they up for the fight? And it's a turning point for him. He walks into Parliament that day absolutely convinced that the people are with him, and he seeks to take the war to the Nazis. Now that's an interesting turning point in the film, but as a principle it is such a useful idea for change managers. Now this idea of sounding out the troops, sounding out the users, the population of your program or your change. We really should be doing that as change managers. We should be listening to the mood, to the vibe of the organization. And that will give us, complete insight into whether they are positively inclined towards the project and the change or whether they are against it. It will help us choose and make choices about the things we say and do based on knowledge of where people are at. It's something that change managers don't do once, they do it all the time. They're constantly listening with their ear to the ground to feel the mood, to get the sense of the organisation around the change. Within the Academy, we actually issue a card, a PDF card, that lists some really good questions that might be the starting process for that Churchillian moment, sort of questions that you might want to ask your people. But it's not an exhaustive list. We put 10 ideas down here, but the reality is you could ask many different questions. So think about how you do that. If you're managing change, think about what questions you need to ask your people to get a feel for the pulse of your organisation, where they are in relation to the change, because that will give you great insight into the things that you will do and the changes that you will make and the communications that you will issue right across your change programme.